Ready, go. Good?
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to a special reception in honor of Mrs. Linda Savage. Let's give her a round of applause. I'm so glad that all of you have joined us this evening as we pay tribute to a member of the Board of Education who has served this community for over 26 years. I'd like to thank and welcome some very special guests that are with us today. I'd like to first of all acknowledge all of the members of Mrs. Linda Savage's family. Could you please stand up so we can give you a round of applause? Let's honor all of the Savage family. To the family, I want to thank you on behalf of the school district and the Board of Education for sharing Linda with us for 26 years. Thank you so much. We're going to introduce a few of the special dignitaries that are with us today. We have the mayor of the city of San Bernardino, Mayor Carrie Davis is with us. We also have representing the city of San Bernardino, Councilman Ricky Van Johnson. And I also would like to thank and welcome from the city, our city attorney, Mr. Gary Sines is with us. Let's give Gary a round of applause. I'd also like to thank and welcome former school board member Graciano Gomez, who's with us, as well as a former school board member and former mayor of the city of San Bernardino, Pat Morris, is with us today. Our former county superintendent, Dr. Herb Fisher, is with us. And I also would like to recognize Hugo Oliva Romero, who is the Deputy Mexican Consulate. He is here on behalf of the Mexican Consulate. So Hugo, thank you for supporting us. Also representing our County Superintendent of Schools, Ted Alejandre, is Carolyn Tillman. And we have some very special and dear supporters of our school district. Retired Rabbi Hillel Cohn is with us. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Consuelo Kickbush is also here tonight. Let's give her a round of applause. And actor Tony Plana from Three Amigos and Ugly Betty is with us. So let's give Tony a big round of applause. Thank you for supporting us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are here because we are saying farewell tonight to school board member Linda Savage. She was always a very strong supporter of the school district and of education. And we're going to play a special tribute to her in the form of a video. So if you could take a peek at the videos, and I hope you enjoy this. And as you can see, one of the things that Mrs. Savage felt so passionately about was fine arts. And we even had a student from Arroyo Valley that painted the picture that's kind of, I don't know if you can see it over here, but it was dedicated to her at the California School Boards Association regional meeting. So I think the young lady's name was Raquel. So let's give her, a round of applause. I also want to recognize a few more dignitaries. We have another former school board member that is with us this evening, Mrs. Shelby Obershaw. So Shelby, thank you for always supporting us. And Bobby Terrell is with us. That is the widow of Chuck Terrell. So we're so thankful that you came out tonight, Bobby. We are also pleased that the president of our DLAC Association is with us. Let me introduce to all of you Mrs. Teresa Alba. Teresa is with us. So to give a few remarks, the first person I'm going to introduce is the man who's making hope happen in San Bernardino. Join me in welcoming our superintendent, Dr. Del Marsden.
Wow, so this is what you get for 26 years. Fantastic leadership, and it's been my deep pleasure to work with Linda on the board. This is currently my 4th year, but she's really worked with just 3 superintendents in her tenure, and so that's a good thing because you want longevity of leadership, as she has also proven, and that longevity of leadership sustains excellence over time, and Linda has done just that, serving over 26 years. She served on the board from December 1989 to December 2015, so she actually needs to come back for one more board meeting, so that's the plan. But she did serve as school board president from 93 to 95, and served as school board vice president from 92 to 93 and 2006 to 2007. And there's the total number of fellow board members that Linda's served with has been 20. So she's seen some people come and go under her leadership, and I'll mention their names because some are in this audience. Luis Ayala, Hardy Brown, Marlon Brown, Ray Cardenas, Teresa Parra-Craig, Elisa Diaz, Tony Dupree, Barbara Flores, Mike Gallo, Margaret Hill, James Morenis, Abigail Medina, Larry Nigel, Shelby Obershaw, Judy Penman, Bobby Perrong, Gwen Rogers, Danny Tillman, Elsa Valdez, and Lou Yeager. So those are some names that are familiar to many of you in this room, I know, and so she's served with some fantastic leaders over her experiences. She's a former teacher who taught for 10 years, including 4 years with the San Bernardino City Unified School District. Some of you may not have known that. You do know she's been an advocate for reading, writing, fine arts, as you saw evidenced in the slides, and programs to increase parental engagement, but she's also been an advocate most recently for our career pathways and ensuring that our young people are ready for the real world of college and careers, getting them engaged in strong vocational and certificate programs. It's been because of her tireless efforts that's occurred. And then I'm just excited when we were talking recently within the last year about repurposing CASA, which was a nonprofit organization, foundation that the district had for some time. She had a hand in starting that foundation. She also had a hand in transitioning that foundation and currently serves on the new Making Hope Happen Foundation as one of the board members, and has been serving in a great capacity. It's our pleasure. Linda, you've done well in your service. You've taught us as a community where some would say, there's not a lot of tribal leaders out there. You've proven yourself as a strong tribal leader, and you've cared about this community. You and your husband, your family, has invested themselves in every way in this community, and you have much to be grateful for. I was asking John earlier, how many new schools has Linda done groundbreakings on, and she in her tenure has seen 15 new schools open and been at all. So you can imagine all that's occurred under her leadership, and we wouldn't be where we are today without your leadership. So Linda, we as a community, we thank you. So thank you.
As Dr. Marsden mentioned, Mrs. Savage has served with over 20 school board members, and so we have a few of them who've indicated they'd like to say a few words. So join me in first welcoming our board president, Mike Gallo.
I'm actually hobbling down here because it's hard work working with Linda. You know, the injuries she causes and just Linda, I'm going to miss you. And I consider you a friend, a mentor, and she has been this foundation of this board. And I'll tell you, she sits out there in the corner. She's kind of quiet until she gets passionate about something, and boy, does she let you know it, I gotta tell you. In fact, we just had a closed session in here, and we all got a lesson on Linda's passion. It's great. I'm gonna miss her, and she is an absolute gem, I gotta tell you. With her academic experience and teaching experience, we've relied on her expertise and her counsel and her guidance, and just steady, thoughtful contemplation of every major decision we've had to make. That's what I appreciate about Linda. You know, she really is a true leader. You know, you might think she sits back and stays back there, but she's always listening, pays attention, does her homework, and then provides value-added content in every word she says. So I'm going to miss you, Linda, and I thank you so much for just letting us share this time with you. And you've driven away how many school board members, you said? How many was that, Dale? I don't recall, but you know, not everybody can take working with Linda, that's all I can say. But I can, and I love her and consider her a friend, and just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Linda.
And now I'm going to invite our board vice president, Dr. Margaret Hill, to say a few words.
Well, Linda, I'm going to miss you so much. There are times when we are here, and of course, we always look at those who've been here longer than we have. And there were times I would look over at Linda just to see the look on her face, trying to get an idea of whether to nod yes or nod no. And I'm certainly going to miss that. I'm also going to miss the times we traveled together to different events. I only got scared once. We went to a school board association meeting. I think it was, I don't know if it was south of where, but it was called Corona. And I had no idea Corona went that far. And we're driving and driving and driving, and I didn't say anything to Linda, but I scratched my head. I said, "Is this an electric car?" I said, "Sure hope it doesn't run out of electricity," because we were out in the middle of nowhere. But we had good conversations on those trips, and I'm going to miss the calls we make, you know, to ride together and things of that nature. I wish you the best. I know you and Phil are going to enjoy your children and your grandchildren, and we are going to be sitting here some night saying, "What is Linda doing right now?" But we will certainly carry on in your legacy. You left a wonderful one for us, and thanks for being a mentor to me. I've learned so much, and whenever I'm in doubt, I'm going to say, "What would Linda do?" So thank you so much. Appreciate you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Dr. Barbara Flores to come forward and share a few remarks. Let's give her a round of applause.
I just want to say, Linda, that I sat next to you, and she would say under her breath, what do you think? or so forth. And I appreciate all the guidance and all of the work that you have done. 26 years is a long time. And the dedication also the family. I mean, missing your mom every other Tuesday. And I mean, that's true. It's just not yourself, but your family. And I don't know, Phil, if you would just say, when is she getting home? But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all your work and so forth. I want to share, where's the painting? My daughter, Natasha Flores, is the teacher that picked the student to draw the painting. And it was because of Dr. Hill, who had the idea to, since she loved art, that one of our students, do this. And I didn't know that my daughter was the one orchestrating all this until she said, "What does she love?" I go, "I don't know. I can't ask her. I can call Phil." So I called Phil. "Who is this?" So finally, Phil says, "Oh, she loves flowers. She loves nature." "Well, what kind of flowers?" "I don't know. They're just beautiful." So, yeah, so those are beautiful flowers, and that really touches my heart because it was my daughter who, without me knowing, that did that, and it's just serendipity. So, and I wish you the best. I hope you enjoy your retirement and take a lot of trips, and I'm sure that Phil will be really happy to have his wife home on a regular basis. Is that correct? Yeah, he's going like this. And so we wish you the best and everything. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome Mr. Danny Tillman to come forward and give his remarks.
Wow. Congratulations, Linda. It's been a long time. I mean, the longest time with me. You had to put up with me a long time. I really can't express the respect I have for Mrs. Savage. And the things that she's done, and all the things that she's done, no one will know in this room because she does the things and doesn't look to get any glory. She does it for the good of the day, and she does it for the kids and the citizens of our community. And I've always looked up to her as a role model in terms of how she's conducted herself and the work that she's done in the community, but also as a politician. Mrs. Savage is one of the shrewdest politicians and best politicians that you could ever know. Mrs. Savage really should write a book. And I'm sincere about that. It's just amazing the things that she gets accomplished. I've always been jealous of Linda because I always felt like she got everything she wanted from the superintendent, regardless of who it was. And she didn't have to do all the talking I did. She just had her own sort of way of getting things done that she knew had to get done. The best part for me was whenever I had an issue that where I wanted to make sure some kids got what they needed and making sure some kids were taken care of, or making sure a music program wasn't lost, or making sure that a team got money to find transportation. I didn't have to call Linda to ask, would she vote with me? I called 2 other people because I knew Linda would always be that affirmative vote for those type of issues. So I can't thank you enough. I think that our students and community can never thank you enough. If I ever get a chance to name a school, the Linda Savage Elementary School, I will, let's get a round of applause. I clap. I truly want to plant that seed. Later on in my inspirational reading, I'm going to talk about some of the things and organizations that Linda is a part of. The weirdest thing is I did a search on Google for Linda Savage. You can't find anything. Out of all the stuff that she does, and I know she does stuff in the foundation and in their church and I don't know, countless organizations, and because she doesn't want any notoriety for it. She just does it because it's the right thing to do. And Linda, I'll miss you. Congratulations.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Board Member Mrs. Abigail Medina to come forward.
It was great, first of all, to see her family, because that's all she talks about. Every time I talk to her, she talks about her family, her beautiful family, and her son, and Stanford, and all these great accomplishments her kids have done, and her grandkids. And I have 5 children, so when she would tell me, Abigail, remember, your main thing is your family. You stay with your kids, you make some time for your family, and I cherish that, because I was doing so much. And Abigail, remember, your family, and you would bring me back, your family. And so you are like many people say, you know, you're the strength of what this board is. And your passion shows, and your love for our kids shows. And even when my kids were in elementary school and struggling through the GATE programs, and you kept the GATEs, you kept the arts, can you imagine the kids, what they would be doing if they didn't have the arts, if they didn't have all these programs because you fought for. So I love you, and I love everything that you're doing. And I love the family already, because she spoke of you all the time, even the grandkids. So I wish you the best, and I know we're going to definitely miss you, but you leave us with the experience and the guidance and all the knowledge in the world, and we're going to do great because of you. So thank you so much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Board Member Mrs. Gwen Rogers. She's here to say a few remarks. Gwen?
So I'm running down here, not hobbling like Mike, because I'm excited. Just the things that I have learned in this short period of time. You know, she knows, look, she's getting teary. I'm not going to do it on purpose. But just to be the example that you have been, you embraced me coming into this work. And I know you've watched me for a number of years as I have watched you. So I want you to know that you're leaving us in good hands. We're going to do well, and we're going to make you proud. I'm going to carry forth the arts and always remember the students are number one. So thank you for everything that you've done. I look forward to seeing you. Maybe you'll put some things on Facebook so we'll know what you're doing. We'll teach you how to do that. But enjoy your retirement, and thank you for everything that you've done for our district.
And now I'm going to invite Dr. Marsden and the Board of Education to please come up, because we have a special presentation for Mrs. Savage. So if the board will join us. I'll give you.
These are for me? Oh, jeez.
Come on up, Linda.
Look at those. Those are really nice. Those are gorgeous. Those are nicer.
Oh, look at this. Oh, that's gorgeous.
It says, in recognition of your outstanding leadership, dedication, and service to the students, parents, staff, and community of San Bernardino City Unified School District, December 2015. Linda Savage.
Here, Linda, we got to give you the flowers.
Yeah,
I
you got
I literally have to give you the flowers.
Margaret, there we go. Get little Margaret, come on.
Little Margaret.
I'll come over here then. How's that? Oh, this is amazing.
Those are really nice, too.
These are gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are
More in the
gorgeous.
bag here.
Oh, and I got a bag too. Can I say? Might hold the flowers.
Never know.
Can I open the card first?
No, you can open out later.
I got a big bag.
Got your initials.
Oh, and it's got my initials on it. Oh, and look at all these cards. Oh, thank you, thank you. Phil, we don't have to have any more dinners out. We've got them all right here. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, thank you.
We'll come to you.
Okay. They're very good. Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah, pick up your craft, would you please?
We have a few more presentations. Congressman Pete Aguilera's office did drop by with a certificate of special congressional recognition for Linda Savage. And I'm now going to welcome Councilman Ricky Van Johnson. He's actually going to make 2 presentations, so let's give him a round of applause.
I want to see.
You know, I'm truly honored to stand next to you. Danny Tillman said it best. You and your husband, you guys are a great team, not only for the school, but also for the community. And when I first got into politics and I was running, I knew that my race was legitimate when I got your support. Yeah, it was like, you know, a blessing from the pole. You know, the Godfather reached down and touched your campaign. You know, it's just real. But your team has been, between your team, your husband, Phil Savage, and you have made a tremendous impact, not only in the schools, but in the city of San Bernardino. Lifelong legacy, and we are so appreciative. And first, I do have a certificate of recognition from Assembly Member Cheryl Brown, and it reads on your retirement ceremony. It is my privilege to present this certificate in recognition of your commitment to teach, lead, and inspire a generation of learners. Your legacy shall never be forgotten. On behalf of the 47th Assembly District, thank you.
Thank you.
And I know our mayor is here. Also, our city attorney is here. Could you guys come up and join me, please? I don't know whether Gary had to leave.
Gary had to go to leave.
But it's truly an honor to present. And like Danny said, there is nothing on Google. You can't Google and find anything on your behalf. She does things, but she don't want the world to know. But the people that know her know the power that she wields here so quietly. You know, and so I had to go find a news article written by Hardy Brown back in the day to get some information about you. And I know he knows you because he sat with you. And it says, on behalf of resolution of the mayor and the common council, honoring and commending Mrs. Linda K. Savage, Board of Education member, San Bernardino Unified School District, whereas Mrs. Linda Savage grew up in San Bernardino, attended local schools, and returned to the area to establish her professional career and raise her family. Ms. Savage taught school for 10 years. Linda's involvement and active leadership in the community ranges from education to the law. Linda has been very instrumental to San Bernardino maintaining its civic culture and pride. And whereas Linda is a lifelong resident, she believes in public education. Linda, her husband Philip, and both of her children received their education in San Bernardino public schools, where she and her family graduated from San Bernardino high schools. Linda was educated in San Bernardino from kindergarten through Pacific High School. Linda received her Associate of Arts degree from San Bernardino Valley College. She graduated from San Diego University and taught in public schools for 10 years in San Bernardino. She has been elected to the San Bernardino Unified School District School Board 6 times. And whereas Linda is a leader, she has served as president of the school board, the San Bernardino Assistance League, Arrowhead United Way, Tachikawa San Bernardino City Committee, Les Confreres, did I say that right? Thank you. National Charity League, and others. Her leadership decisions have always been in a positive and collaborative manner. Her emphasis has been on the arts and music. She has a legacy of service to our city and the San Bernardino City Unified School District community. And whereas the San Bernardino Unified School District, as well as the entire city of San Bernardino, will be losing an immeasurable, talented individual that can be mirrored by no one and who will be missed by all. Therefore, be resolved on this occasion in appreciation of her dedication and impressive contribution to the city of San Bernardino and its citizens, we, on behalf of the Mayor and Common Council of the city of San Bernardino, do enjoin, commend, and offer our best wishes in her retirement, Mrs. Linda K. Savage. And we thank her for having an outstanding and exemplary record of public service. Signed by Mayor Kerry Davis and the rest of our council members.
I just thought that there was something very appropriate that I'd like to read. I think that Linda embodies this. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. Clearly, we have benefited from her inspiration. I think she helped to set the law, and everyone else obeyed that law. And she knew where that law came from, and I think the city of San Bernardino has been one that has been the beneficiary, and we are the fruits of her labor.
We do a do-say-do.
Well, folks, it's my time. I first want to say I'm absolutely overwhelmed that so many people came out for my retirement. It was a hard decision not to run this time, but I want to tell you, after the elections, I am absolutely thrilled because we have 2 new people on the board that are going to carry on the wonderful work that our Dr. Marsden and our present school board have been doing, and I'm thrilled with Gwen and with Scott. James, Wyatt. It's going to be wonderful because I feel so good about the people. I want to thank all of you for coming tonight, but I want to mostly thank my family that are sitting here. My son, my daughter-in-law, my 2 twins, Katie and James, and big brother who's up at Stanford at school, my daughter, Cheryl, and her husband, Paul, and her 2 kids, freshmen, Anna, junior in high school, Ben and David. They all came out from Riverside and Yorba Linda, and I thank them all for coming out and sharing this. But most of all, it's my husband. He's been the one who's made it really possible for me. He's probably had more hot microwave dinners than anybody in this room. And I thank him for all the leadership because he's never said no to me. He's just said, go for it, Linda. If you want to do it, do it. And he's always been right there behind me. But there are some people in this room that I have got to be sure that I thank. I have to guess before I've got to start is that I can't believe this board. I can too. They're wonderful people, and I thank each and every one of them for all of what you said tonight. And Barbara, especially your daughter with the art, I mean, I'm just thrilled about that. That was given to me at an event we did with the county schools a couple weeks ago. They said, Linda, you can't take it home. You can't take it home. They're going to use it again. I said, so I haven't even had a chance to look at it, so now I'm going to get to really look at it. But there are people in this room that it's because of them and my husband that I am standing here again. And I want to start with Herb and Cheryl Fisher. All of you know Herb and Cheryl Fisher. They're out of San Bernardino now, but they're standing right back there. We were on a trip together, and Herb kept saying, Linda, you need to get on the school board. Linda, you need to do it. And I said, oh, come on. I mean, because I kind of wanted to go back into teaching. No, we need you on the school board. Well, I thought about it. But then another person came up to me and really pushed me on this, and guess who? Shelby Obershaw. Shelby Obershaw, she was on the board at the time, and Shelby was going to retire. She had decided, I don't want to do this anymore. She and Chuck said, you know, it's time for me to get off. Well, I said, you stay on, I'll do it then. So anyway, between those two couples, they were the ones who really said, okay, I'll do it. But anyway, I am so grateful, and I'm also grateful for Pat and Sally Morris. I can't find them. They're here in the room somewhere. There they are. Because they have been on every one of my campaigns. They've helped me on all the way through on these things, and many, many others in this room. But, you know, it's been a wonderful 26 years. And I think all those three couples really have been supportive of me in this type of thing of being on the school board. I was a teacher. I loved doing that. And everything I've done in my life as far as working outside the home was working with kids. And I'm really pleased because I have two kids who went all through San Bernardino High School graduates, go Cardinals. And then my husband and I, we're both Pacific people, so we're both Pirates. But we're San Bernardino people because all of us believe in public education. We believe in the fact that every child needs the very best, and San Bernardino is doing a wonderful job of making sure that happens for everyone. I'm looking at the time, and I'm thinking that Dale's going to have a heart attack any minute, so I got to get going here. One of the ones I do want to say, though, is that this whole thing about hope happening, let's make hope happen in our district, you guys, it's happening. It's happening in our district. We know that hope will happen when we all create an environment that puts kids first. When they get involved, when they see what their future can be, that's when we know we're doing it okay. Everything we must do to create an achievement for each of our students is the number one thing that our board has continued to push, and we do push. Thanks for my 26 years at SBCUSD. I'm very, very proud to have been a board member, and I want to tell you, I was a delegate for CSBA. I've been all over. I got to go to D.C. I got to even go to D.C. with our new superintendent. And I've always was able to say I was proud to be a board member from San Bernardino. I mean, very proud of that, so I'm very happy about that. I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but I got to say this to my colleagues, and they're all going to laugh out loud, to hope that they'll all remember their job, and that is, you are here to set policy. But remember, Dale's the one who runs the district. Remember that to really help our kids, we need to lead each child we encounter to know we care and we want what we want for each of them, what we want for our own kids. In other words, what you see a child outside, think about that child and know that they have the same hopes that you have for your children at home. Love, happiness, and being a good citizen. That's what we need to be sure that our kids all in San Bernardino and everywhere get. Thank you again. I cannot believe this. It is wonderful. Thank you so very, very much. And I'm looking around, and so many people I haven't thanked, but I got to say, the cabinet within this district is unbelievable. And after being on the board for this many years, I've never seen a happier cabinet working with the board. We're all working as a team, and I know the new board, and I know our two new people, the same thing will happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And we will begin our school board meeting momentarily.